think I have ever met a leader like you. So what was the actual problem you were trying to solve?
Create a source of income. Charity cannot happen from an empty bowl.
Top 3 core values that you lead yourself by, which transcend now in the organization.
One is compassion. Second, I think to me is integrity. Third, we don't have that culture here. Everybody has a voice, everybody has an opinion, but more importantly, we have created roles that we know the person is not ready for.
Meet Dushyant Savadia, a social entrepreneur, iconic tech visionary, and eminent global humanitarian. A globally celebrated entrepreneur and captivating public speaker, driven by a profound commitment to giving back. Through his leadership, Amber Group has emerged as a global force, redefining technology with purpose. For Dushyant, success isn't measured by wealth, but by the lives uplifted through compassion and service. A licensed pilot, an ambassador, and a man of action.
But when your purpose is to serve, your purpose is to see your people happy, nature will take care of our needs automatically.
This has been another episode of Leaders Live podcast. Please catch us on our next episode. Get ready to grow your leadership to the next level with real leadership lessons, inspiring stories, and business insights from the world's best thought leaders. This is Leaders Live podcast with your fearless host, Erica McKenzie. Ambassador, welcome to the Leaders Life podcast. It's such an honor to have you. And I am going to just start the conversation by saying this. You didn't come from privilege. You built everything from scratch. What did leadership mean to you before success?
I think for me, I've been an art of living instructor for the last 27 years now. And most part of my life before Amber Group, I have traveled around the world teaching stress management courses to hundreds and thousands of people from all walks of life. And I think what leadership to me truly meant from the start was all about how can you serve? The best leaders are the ones who uplift, who encourage, who motivate, who take ownership for the society, for people, for humanity, for that matter.
Yeah, actually, this is something that runs in your vein, and it's not something that you just say. You live it every single day. I want to take from that, though, when you started Amber Group in Jamaica, what was the actual problem you were trying to solve?
You know, the first problem I was trying to solve was to create a source of income for my charitable passion.
Which was?
To do charity for Jamaica, to serve the society, to create a sustainable mechanism of funding for my charitable passion that I want to do more for Jamaica. And that is what led for me to start thinking about what businesses I can do that can generate wealth. And we know as a fact that, look, charity cannot happen from an empty bowl.
Yes.
You need cash to care.
Yes,
and if you don't have wealth, how are you going to serve?
Yes.
It's just, you know, a lot of people say spirituality and humanitarian and capitalism don't work well together. In my view, it's not the case. Without capitalism, you cannot be a good humanitarian. It needs wealth. You need wealth to do anything in this world. So we at Amber, when I was stuck in a position back in 2015 that the funding was very little and I couldn't even afford my own house rent. That's when I decided, you know what, let's build businesses for the society. Let's build businesses which will have the foundation to only give back. So yes, we have to be profitable. Yes, we have to run this business as a capitalist company.
Right.
But what we do with that wealth is what defines us to become a humanitarian business or a social enterprise.
Yeah, and I am going to ask you this, you know, what if I should ask your team, which you have a fantastic team, by the way, if I should ask them, what is the culture at Amber? What do you think they would say?
Insane hard work. I think all of them will say the same, that my boss drives me up the wall every single day because, look, I mean, I've always believed without, we say people work hard, we work insanely hard.
Yeah.
And if you want to achieve something in life, if you want to get somewhere in life, by procrastination, by laziness, by postponing things to tomorrow, you will not climb the ladders you need. If you'll ask any world leader, any big entrepreneur who's become very successful, they didn't become successful just because they had a great product and a great idea. They became successful also because they worked very hard. They dared to go out and explain to others what they've got, and they were the best sales people too, to come across and explain what you've got, which will add value to your business or your life as an individual. And I think for Amber, I think most of my staff will say that, well, he makes us work hard, he drives us well, but I also know I would rather work for a CEO who will drive me hard and will take me to places than somebody who's lethargic. Okay, I'm very content in what I'm making. As long as we're hitting the break even and a little more money, I'm okay because I'm collecting my salary anyway.
Yeah.
That kind of CEO I can't work for.
Yeah.
I want to work for people who are ambitious, who are going places and who will take me with them to places.
100%. It almost sounds to me like what we have here are entrepreneurs. These are team members who have entrepreneurial thinking. So it's not just about coming to work for a salary, and that is a true reflection of you. I mean, everything rises and falls on leadership. That's what we teach at the Maxwell Leadership. And so the culture of the organization is reflected at the top. We know this. So yes, you work insanely hard. There's no place, there's no room for anyone here.
But I also want to add, Erica, that look, what we've also done with our people, mostly you hire people and you tell them what to do all the time.
Right.
We don't have that culture here.
100%.
Everybody has a voice, everybody has an opinion, but more importantly, we have created roles that we know the person is not ready for. And we have put them in those large responsibilities first, without their ability to even do it.
Really, I like that. I don't feel so insane anymore.
But what we do is we put them up there first, and we train them. We say like you fix the plane as you fly.
Yes.
So there is no way that I will spend years coaching them first, and then they are not really learning in a real-time environment. They're learning everything theoretical. Whereas what we've done is we've taken people who we saw have a spark, have logical brains, are hardworking. We lift them up, we put them into positions which are actually very difficult.
Right.
But then we train them there. We don't criticize for the mistakes they make, but we encourage them to make more decisions and drive the business by themselves without interference and without too much over monitoring. And that's how our people have grown. I mean, we've got 24 years old who are head of businesses now.
Wow.
24 years old.
Wow. Which lends itself to so much empowerment. Makes them feel empowered to make their own decisions. I love that. But again, not every company would have this model, which I respect from you, because I somewhat practice the same thing, and I somehow think I am crazy. I used to think that, but no, not so anymore. Because I would, give a team member roles that will stretch them. They'd say, okay, Erica, I don't know how to do it. I have a team member, she's in the Philippines. And I remember when she had to learn, we were doing a conference and she had to learn how to get things done. So I love that you share that story. And so I'm going to ask you this question. You're in terms of how you attract these leaders that you have on your team, because that's what they are. I would say, what do you look for when you're hiring someone who is going to lead?
Very interesting question.
Yeah.
I've never read anybody's CV before hiring.
You what?
Never read a single CV.
Say that one more time.
I've never read anybody's CV before hiring them.
But somebody did.
So yes, somebody does from the team, and they scrutinize and make sure that the person knows. But see, what happens is when you are sitting across with somebody in an interview, they actually nail it.
Yes.
They speak so well, they know the subject, but when it comes to the real world, they many times fail miserably.
100%.
Now, interviews don't give the true talent of the person. The same is vice versa too. In fact, last year I said it in some conference, and it became a headline news in Jamaica and the mainstream media, that we need to stop hiring people based on degrees.
Yes.
We need to hire people based on skills.
Yes.
Somebody may have a great degree, a huge degree, but may not have the skill to do that job yet. Yet somebody don't have the degree, but they are so skillful in that job. And we have this experience time and time over.
Yes.
So I don't go by degrees and CVs, I go by feel, I go by gut, and I go by the presence of the other person.
Goodness.
How is your presence? When I sit across you, how do you come across to me? I go after vibes. And
Energy.
if the person have good vibes, and he's relaxed and he's smiling and he's obviously very passionate, you look for passion, you look for people who can understand you well and can relate back to you well. Skills you can give on top of anything.
Wow.
You know, these days those dummy robots have skills like humans now. You think as humans we have less capability to become skillful? Absolutely not.
Yes.
As human beings, we are all gifted with the same intelligence. It's all about how much we are open, how much we are at ease with ourselves, that allows us to express ourselves better and become good at what we do. So for me, skills matter, not degrees.
Yes. Skills
Vibes matter, not what you speak.
Yes.
And your passion matters, not your long list of jobs you've done before.
Those have a place, but you definitely want to make sure. So when they enter, you want to sit across from them. What's that interaction like?
I'll give you one good example. It's a funny story. So I had a secretary 3-4 years back, and she migrated to US, so she left us. When she came for a job, I was in the other office, and she sat down. So I was not sitting on my CEO chair, I was sitting on the sofa.
Right.
She comes inside, she's not seen my face before. She comes inside because she got through the first round of interview from the HR, and she was called in. And she sat down next to me, and I said, you come for an interview with Mr. Savadia? And she said, yes. And I sat down there, well, I've been working for him for the last 5 years. And I just resigned. He's a horrible guy to work with. I think it's just not the right person to work with. My view would be just tread carefully here. And you are, what position you've applied for? Executive assistant. Yeah, wow, my God, it's worse. And she looked at me, and she still didn't know who I was, but she thought I'm an ex-employee, or I'm an employee leaving. And she said, look, I appreciate your feedback, but let me be the judge of that. And Mr. Savadia I've read about him a few times, and
Yes.
I know Amber is known as a business in Jamaica. It is very well known. There's a lot of goodwill that Amber has, and it wouldn't have had that goodwill without somebody heading it in the right heart and right mind and so on. And I just looked at her and I said, you're hired. I am Dushyant Savadia. That's it.
Oh my goodness.
That's it. That was a 5-minute interview.
Wow.
And
Wow.
yes, she joined. She was fantastic. Absolutely
Oh my
fantastic.
goodness. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
Interview on the spot. That was something. It reminded me of some other stories that I've been following. But what an interesting interview that was.
No, I mean, there are a lot of use cases like this. It's this craziest interview. Another guy came to me, sat down, and he just had migrated from US. It was about 7 years ago. He's still with us. And he said, so I asked him, so why did you leave the US? I mean, nobody migrates to US and then comes back. So I said, he actually was so honest. He said, sir, I actually got caught doing something I shouldn't be doing.
Right.
And I got deported. And I said, you're hired.
Oh, you can't.
Because he was trying for a job almost for 1 year. And he's such an honest guy. Wherever he went, whoever asked him, he just said the truth.
Yes.
And he never got a job for a year.
Oh my goodness.
And then through some recommendations, somebody called me. He said, look, I know this guy is struggling for 1 year, is in a terrible shape, Dushyant, if you can please meet him. And that time I was still a startup. But just the honesty of this person, the sincerity in his eyes, I said, you're hired. Now he heads a huge business line of Amber Group.
Wow.
in
Wow.
7 years' time.
Wow. This
So-
one person
Yeah.
who was rejected time and time again,
Yep.
you said yes, gave him an opportunity.
And he's
now-
climbed his metals, and he's now heading a whole business line, and really talented. And he had no knowledge about the business line that he's going into. It took me only 3 to 4 months to train him. He was bright, sharp, he worked hard, and there we are. So to me, yes, I mean, we also have hired very qualified people. My group CFO, chief, there's so many executive positions, and we vet them correctly. But at times, you also need to follow your gut.
Yes. Oh my goodness. I love that. But you see, not everybody's gut is as precise as yours. So what are some of the organization non-negotiables? What are some of the non-negotiables here?
Non-negotiable. Well,
Yeah.
I think, look, I've never taken a rigid stand for anything.
Wow.
Never. Because sometimes by application of rules of the business, by application of your values inside the business, you become so rigid. And that rigidity can be very demotivating for many people.
Yes.
You need to have discipline, no doubt about that. We want everybody to be here at 8:30. We want everybody to send the reports on a weekly basis. We need certain discipline so that the business can function smoothly. But you should never make these rules and policies and handbooks that you develop and policies you develop, make the organization so rigid that you lose the touch of humanity in it. Sometimes people go through so many different situations in their life because of which they behave a certain way. They can't cope with the work at times. The stress gets to them and they fall sick too often. And then we have, as humans, we have a tendency to look for negative into everything. If I show you something, the nature of the mind is that it will look everything negatively first and then try to find the positive. I don't do that. To me, there has to be a fair balance of discipline and freedom both. And if you lose that balance is when things start getting wrong and people get demotivated. And then if they get demotivated, they work less. If they work less, then it hammers the business straight away, because the productivity, we as leaders are responsible to kill or to improve the productivity of the person. We always blame, you need to be productive. But what are you doing to help them to be productive is the job of the leader.
Yes, 100%. Whoa. I know a lot of people like watching this right now and we're like, I need a job at Amber Group. And I think, so I'm going to ask you now just to segue, because I want to talk about leading across cultures. It's something that I've been personally studying, and I really hope to put out a paper on this. But I would want you to talk a little bit about that. You're Indian, built your company in Jamaica, and now leading teams across continents. What are the biggest cultural shocks that you faced when building a company outside of your home country?
I think I won't say any cultural shocks in my business journey as such. People are people everywhere.
What? You said that?
People are people everywhere. They're the same. We have got same blood, same consciousness, same everything. It's just that when you talk about culture, you're actually saying that I generalize how Jamaicans are.
Right.
There is no generalization for anything and anyone in the whole world.
Right.
Jamaica has its good side and its bad side. India has its good side and its bad side. Are we saying all Indians are hardworking? Absolutely not. There is a large pool of people who are so lazy, and it's got nothing to do with the country or the race or religion you belong to. It's an individual choice that people make.
Got you.
And some in Jamaica, we know there is a culture that we perceive that, oh, people are not that hardworking here. I don't agree with that.
Yes.
I've got 100 staff here. They're amazing.
Yes.
They're the hardest working people in the whole world.
Yes.
So I don't think there is any generalization. I think, to me, people are people. They have love in them. They have a respect in them. They have a courtesies in them. They also are compassionate. How you are is how others will be with you.
Goodness.
That's the trick mostly people miss when they point fingers at people and cultures.
Perfectly said. Because it's a reflection of you.
Look, I've always been down to earth. I've always, I mean, I started from a 200 square feet office to running a global tech empire, but I'm still the same guy.
Yes.
People who know me 10 years ago when I was nothing, and people who know me now a little better than what I was 10 years ago. Have I changed as a human being? Absolutely not.
How do you remain so grounded and humble
I think
with all the level of success that you've had?
I think your purpose grounds you.
Yes.
If your purpose is for self-enrichment, that success, that motivation, that drive will never last. But when your purpose is to serve, your purpose is to see your people happy, your purpose is to see your employees happy and your community happy and your country happy, and you want to be one of the largest contributors in your nation, then that purpose is what drives you to become humble.
Yes.
But when you are self-centered, then it's all about you. Me, my wealth, my money. How can I take everything from others and give them very little or nothing? That success is also hollow. So to me, what keeps us grounded, keeps us humble, because we're not working for ourselves.
Yes.
Everybody in this team, we remind ourselves almost once a month when we have the worldwide group meeting. I always say this: do not forget what we're working for.
Yes.
We're working for the society. While we work for the society, nature will take care of our needs automatically.
Wow. This all comes down to you, like what you represent, those core values. What are the top three core values that you lead yourself by, which transcend now in the organization? What are your top three?
I think I've always said three things are most dearest to me when it comes to running a business or myself. One is compassion.
Compassion.
You must have, as a businessman, as a leader, you must always act with compassion, no matter what the extreme situation become. Imagine, I've taught nearly 3,000 inmates in the prisons in Jamaica. You need a lot of compassion to look into those eyes who may have done multiple fatal criminal activities and all sorts of things. But behind all of their deeds, there is a human deep down there that we need to bring out. Similarly, I'll give you a good example. When COVID hit in 2020 March, everything was shut down. My revenues dropped by 98% overnight because everybody stopped paying us because nobody wanted to put out cash without knowing where the world is going. And I called for a global team meeting and I said, guys, we don't have enough cash flow to sustain you for the next 6 months because we don't know how long it will take for COVID to clear and et cetera, et cetera. So here's my option. I don't want to lay off anybody else. Nobody at all should be laid off because you've been with me for a few years now. But we have to cut costs in the business. I took 100%, zero salary. The top management took a 50% cut. Middle management took a 30% cut, and we didn't touch anybody below because they were already at lower pay scales. 9 months, we actually kept this cut for everybody. Everybody signed a voluntary waiver that they would prefer to have the job than lose it, and they're happy to come down in their cost to the company. And we owed nothing back to anybody. We didn't accrue it also in the books. So it was done. We paid you the salary. That is the new salary we've agreed upon. Year passed. And that year we were very successful because the whole world started digitalizing fast. We built the COVID-19 platform, which we gave it to Jamaica for free, but we actually licensed that to 7 other countries in the region. And we made some good licensing fee out of it. And we did a lot of other digitalization work across the world. And we grew phenomenally well that year because that was the year of innovation for the whole world. And being a tech business and a software business, we actually got a lot of value out of each of those businesses who wanted to digitalize themselves. And then following March 2021, when we got our reports, we made significant profits. Erica, I called my CFO and I said, how much money do we owe all our people from last year? He said, none, because There's nothing accrued in the book, and they've all signed a voluntary waiver. That's their salary, and they're happy with it. I said, no, my question is, how much do we owe them? So he did a quick calculation and said, this is the money we owed. We paid back everybody, every single penny that we cut for the year before. I said to my team, and I said, look, when people sacrifice for you in your times, which are not great, and when your times become better, you should not forget to celebrate with them either. So compassion is important. You take care of them. Second, I think to me is integrity. Do whatever you do with so much integrity that you sleep well, and everybody you work with, you also sleep well. Third, so compassion, integrity, and insane hard work.
Goodness. I'm lost for words because I don't think I have ever met a leader like you.
Thank you. I'm humbled, but
Yeah.
these are my...
You are, I don't know. Can I get a job here? This is fantastic. So, wow. What's one leadership lesson you wish someone told you 10 years ago?
Wow. I think the founder of the Art of Living Foundation, Sri Ravi Shankar, he is one leader I look up to, and I've been with him for 25 years now.
Yes.
And there's something that he said once, it was so beautiful, that stayed with me forever.
Yes.
He said that, all the comfort that you get in your life
Yes.
is to make others comfortable. If your comfort does not bring joy, comfort to others, your comfort will not last long for you also. That's the nature of the universe. So we've always worked with these principles. I don't know what else I could have done differently in the last 10 years, but I think I'm very content. We've made mistakes.
Right.
A lot of mistakes as we've journeyed. I was not the best CEO. I'm not who I am now.
Yes.
But it's a journey I've gone through. Was I always as compassionate? I wasn't. When I was newer in the business, I was a lot more angrier, a lot more short-tempered. Not angry, and that's not the right way to say it, but I was much more demanding and less compassionate because you're a startup.
Right, yes.
You have very little resources
Yes.
that you're paying salaries for.
Yes.
And when those people don't do what they're supposed to do, it actually is irritating because you got very limited amount of funds.
Resources, absolutely.
And these guys are taking these funds and not delivering back. So you become a lot more impatient. That also make you sometimes too firm and too strict, and you say things that you regret later. But over time, as time passed, I've also matured as a businessman. I'm not saying I'm a leader yet.
You are.
It's too big a word for me. I only can say that I am learning to be a good follower.
The thing is, Dushyant, leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. You have leaders around you. It's the deeds, the things that you do that makes others want to follow you. And I would say you're my leader pick. You're my pick.
Thank you.
You have Maxwell DNA, and I am just so humbled. I have one final question. What is one truth about leadership culture or success that you believe most people would disagree with?
Wow.
I know.
Repeat that question for me.
What is one truth about leadership, culture, or success that you believe that most people would disagree with?
You should not create, I'll say it the way it is. You should not create benchmarks on people's opinions. What you agree, disagree, that's your life, your experiences make you agree and disagree for things. That doesn't make it right, and that doesn't make it wrong either.
Yes.
So to me, I don't follow what people agree or disagree. Follow your gut, follow your heart, follow your instinct, follow integrity. You will see that whatever you do will always create positive reflections. See, a lot of things we've done, people have asked me questions, and on my face, Dushyant, without doing something illegal, you can't in 10 years build an empire of this size. It's just impossible. People can't comprehend that if you have the right product,
Yes.
with that a very good sales ability,
Yes.
and then you dare to go outside into the world and not stick within your confinement of comfort.
Yes.
And on top of that, you work insanely hard. A combination of all of those four things with a phenomenal product that is so groundbreaking that everybody sees it, wow, I want this in my car. For example, Amber Connect, when we built that business, that was the first business and still one of the most important businesses in the group. When we built Amber Connect, look at the whole vehicle tracking market in the world. It was so old school, so dumb, very bad apps. On a website, you track your vehicle, you can see the vehicle now, and then 10 minutes later elsewhere. Something is wrong. It's just so under-innovated or not innovated sphere of business, but it's also one of the most required one.
Right.
Because car theft is very high all over the world. People lose cars left, right, and center. When you lose a car, your life goes into a standstill.
Yes.
Because you can't commute to work anymore. You can't take your children to school anymore. It has a huge impact when you lose a car. So we thought through, we built a tech which redefined the whole business. That's why we became so successful. And then everything we've done since, every single business, we didn't cut, copy, paste what others are doing. We made it 10 times better.
Wow.
And we kept our operational cost very, very low. We never extracted money from our businesses. A lot of founders, they take investors' money, go build a nice big office for themselves, go get a car for themselves. Done everything we've earned.
Right.
We kept our costs down. We reinvested everything back in the business. Never extracted money out of the business for making my life better. I want few houses here and this and that. We've never done that. My apartment where I live is still on a full mortgage.
Right.
Can I clear it off? Of course I can. I can take my money out of the business and pay it off.
Yes.
But if I do that, I'm depriving the business of its growth also.
Wow.
So people have their own opinions. I respect it. I value it.
Yes.
But I will do what my gut says and what my God says.
Wow. Oh, wow. This is next level leadership. This is Amber. Oh, the ambassador, Dushyant Savadia, Leaders Life podcast. I would talk to you all day. I wish I could just talk to you all day. We're going to have you. I'm so happy that I have proximity to you because there's so much for me to learn. I mean, I'm a growing leader and I've been, helping to upskill with leadership. But I'm telling you, just being able to sit with you and to have this conversation has been so impactful for me. And just the DNA that you possessed. Thank you.
Thank you. I just share what I've learned. I don't think I'm leading or preaching. I think I just shared the experiences I've lived, I've gone through, and I hope your viewers and listeners get something out of it, and that would be meaningful to me because I shared.
Yes. Thank you so much for sharing your
Thank
story
you.
and your leadership, your humility. That's something that is just contagious to me. Like, I've seen you, I've watched you, and your humility. There is so much to be boastful about, yet you remain so humble in all your achievement and your success.
When you dedicate all your achievements and success to the pillars which got you there, which are your people and the society, I have nothing to claim. That's what brings humility. When you offer it all back, that whatever is given to me is to serve others, then you get grounded very fast.
100%.
I've never claimed anything as my victory or my achievement or me did all of these things.
Yes.
I've said it recently that, it takes nearly 8,000 nuts and bolts to drive one car.
Yes.
Yet one bolt drops off the car, your whole car can crash.
Yes.
So it takes a village to build a community and a village to run the whole factory. So I think this is what we've done. We've built a solid platform for people to come, contribute, of course take care of their own needs and their family's needs, but also take care of the society at the same time.
Yes, and that we're doing so well. The Amber Group Ambassador, thank you so much.
Thank you, Erika, for having me.
Yes. This has been another episode of Leaders Live podcast. Please catch us on our next episode. Thank you for listening to the Leaders Live podcast with me, your host, Erica McKenzie. And remember, live to lead fearlessly.